Hey guys, what's up? I am because my phone started ringing early this morning. I don't know when people are going to realize that since I'm a DJ I work at night, so I sleep during the day, but that's another video. Before I return any of those phone calls, I will take a nap. But what I've been doing is I've been looking at some of my most recent YouTube video comments. And if I see a good comment from a name that I don't recognize or maybe haven't seen before, a lot of times I'll click on that name and take a look at their YouTube page. And if they have a business website linked to their page, I'll look at that too. Looking at this stuff, I did notice some stuff that I consider advertising mistakes. Now, these are my opinions. They're only my opinions. If you feel differently about them or you have a good rebuttal to some of these techniques or ways that people advertise, please let us know in the comments section. First thing that I notice is a lot of people are still putting a picture of themselves on the front page of their business site. Now, I don't think this is a good idea. And see, I have a website that somebody built me a long time ago, and you can click on it, you can look at it on my YouTube channel, it's linked there. And my picture's on it. If I could change it today, I would, because the last thing I want to do is give anybody any kind of preconceived notion about me before they read about me or talk to me. They could look at me and think, well, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too black, I'm too white. Who knows? The last thing you want to do is to give anybody, I guess, the wrong impression of you before they're even able to learn anything about you. So, the other picture I see is the bride and groom in the sunset, or the groom dipping the bride down, a real romantic shot, which is great for your wedding clients. The only problem is maybe you do other things other than weddings. And if you do, someone who maybe wants to book you for a big Super Bowl party may look at your website and say, this is a wedding DJ. I wasn't looking for a wedding DJ. I was looking for a party DJ. So I think the best picture you can put on a website is just a generic party crowd shot of people having a good time, dancing. Doesn't even have to be a picture you took. It could be a stock photo that you found on a website that has those type of photos. I don't know where to send you for those photos. Maybe somebody in the comment section knows where you can get some good stock ones. But that's what I would use, opposed to the picture of yourself or the bride and groom shot. The other thing I was looking at were the bios. A lot of stuff going on with the bios. The first thing I noticed were a lot of people were saying, with over 20 years experience. And anything else that a person might do, 20 years experience sounds pretty darn good. That's seasoned, they've been doing it for a long time. But the problem is, like, take me for example, I did my first paying gig in 1984. Yeah, it was a skating rink, but I got paid, and that was 26 years ago. So technically I could say that I've got 26 years experience. And if I were a carpenter or a doctor or something, that would be very impressive. But seeing how I'm a DJ, a bride and groom, and by the way, the average bride is 26, may look at this and say, wow, this guy's been DJing since I was born. He's old. How's he going to possibly relate to my peer group? It might make us look a little long-toothed to start talking about 20 plus years experience with some of these clients. So, what's the magic number? If you're going to use the whole experience angle, I don't know, 10 doesn't sound bad to me. If you've got 10 years experience, maybe you started at 18 or 20, that bride and groom will look at that and make the reasoning in their minds that, hey, he's around our age, yet he has experience, let's hire this DJ. Maybe not. And if you have a whole bunch of experience, if you've got 20 years experience or 15 years experience or whatever, I am sure there are a lot of things that you can think of to talk about in your bio other than your experience that would make you look good, because maybe too much is not a good thing. Just a thought. Another thing I noticed, a lot of people are talking about themselves in their bios in the first person. Now, I understand that a lot of us own our own businesses and we're trying to do things ourselves. But man, if you can get somebody with some credibility to write the bio with you, so they're writing it in the third person, let's say you have a company called Superstar Entertainment, you could say something to the effect of, Kevin Richards of Superstar Entertainment has been doing fantastic work in the Central Illinois area, and blah 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 blah, talk about you, and at the end sign it, whoever they are. Like with me, I would have my agent write my bio, or I'd write my bio with my agent, and my agent would then sign it at the bottom. Nancy Rothy, President, ACA Music and Entertainment. So it's not even me who wrote the bio, it's not even necessarily my company, it's my agent, but not my company that wrote the bio, is somebody else who believed in me. And why is that important? Well, here, let me just demonstrate something for you. Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm a really nice guy. You're going to love me. Now, how does that sound? I think that sounds kind of cocky, a used car salesman. I don't like that. Yeah, I've sold cars, but you know what I mean. Wouldn't it sound better if someone were to say something to the effect of, hey, you know, Brian Dowdle, an American DJ, is a really nice guy, and I think you're going to really like him. That's a recommendation. And you can say, wow, yeah, maybe I will like Brian. Sounds like I will. He sounds like a nice guy. It just means more when it comes from somebody else. And that's why I always like to write or have people write for me. It's always a third person thing. A first person thing always just sounds boastful, like you're full of yourself, like I just demonstrated to you, to me. You might feel differently about it. Let us know down here. The other thing, or last thing I wanted to talk about, were titles. And a lot of people use titles. If you have a DJ company called Jerry Smith Entertainment, and your name is Jerry Smith, all you have to do at the bottom is just put Jerry Smith. And that pretty much says it all. I think Jerry Smith, owner of Jerry Smith Entertainment, is not only redundant, but the whole owner thing, which is really what I'm getting at, is, I feel like, a bad idea for any business. To me, owner sounds like you don't quite know what you're doing and you're showing off, you're being boastful. It's like your first company or your first car. It's almost like putting rims on an Escalade. You've already got an Escalade. Why are you putting rims on it? Just to show off. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a rims kind of guy. Some of you are. I'm not. A lot of people don't like that kind of stuff. They don't like that boastful showboating. And saying that you're the owner of something sounds to me like you're bragging, or I don't know, it almost sounds childish to me. President sounds so much better, or entertainment director, or something like that. If you must use a title, I think owner is probably the worst one you can use, and I see it all the time. I see it on business cards, I see it on email signatures, I see it on websites, I see it a lot. I personally don't like it. And I am a consumer, to be fair. I am not only a DJ, but I am a consumer of other things. I just don't like that owner thing. If you look at some of the biggest companies out there, I mean, when Bill Gates owned most of Microsoft, or was the big shot at Microsoft, he didn't say owner on his business card. It probably just said Bill Gates. And it might have said President, CEO. Donald Trump, same thing. I don't think Donald Trump has owner on any of his stuff. President, CEO, or whatever. Anything but owner. If you got owner on there, take another look at that and ask some people their opinions on it. Besides your mom. I don't know. It's just something I've always hated. Since I was young, I hated to see owner on stuff. But again, my opinions. If you feel differently, if you think owner's a great idea, let us know down here. That's it. I'm going to take a nap, practice, and enjoy.